You will get rain. There will be storm surge. Those are going to be the big three things, and the possibility of hurricane force winds on the coast. That's the big deal. So the rain and the wind are going to be the main focuses across the interior, with storm surge and higher wind down by the coast. So how high of a wind are we talking about? Well, in the last hour, the sustained wind in Orlando was 16 miles per hour, 25 mile per hour wind in Cocoa Beach, and 30 in Melbourne. But look at the wind gust. Some places not even registering much of a wind gust at all. We're talking about a 25 mile per hour wind gust. In Daytona Beach, same in Orlando, same Kissimmee, but a 36 mile per hour wind gust in Cocoa Beach. That gets your eyes open, doesn't it? 41 mile per hour wind gust in Melbourne. That is not hurricane force, but tropical storm force wind gust happening all of a sudden, just like that in the system, more than 110 miles away. Let's get on over and talk about what it actually does look like. The eye wall went jagged last night during the 1 o'clock hour. That was great. It beat the ocean up so much that we had cold water upwelling out there around Grand Bahama Island. What that did is it helped shut this thing down. Didn't have an energy source anymore. We're still spinning, just unfurled. And so now it's trying its best to wobble on up and regain its composure as it rolls to the northwest. And I shouldn't even say roll, as it creeps to the northwest at about 5 miles per hour. Come look at this update. 3 p.m. update. We'll get another intermediate advisory coming up in about 30 minutes. Winds are $110, presently moving to the northwest at 5. So that's at least 2 hours in a row that it's going to the northwest at 5, which means in the last 2 hours, it's gone about 10 miles, which is great news compared to what we were going through in the last 48 hours. It's a Category 2 storm right now. Any other time, I'd be like, oh my Lord, it's a Category 2 storm now. But we're so happy that it's down from wind speeds of 185 down to 110, that it's Category 2. Still a very violent and dangerous hurricane out there in the open water, coming dangerously, perilously close to our coast. The good news is the cone shrunk so much in the last couple of days that last night at 11 o'clock we were finally out of the cone for the first time in 5 days, and now that cone has shrunk even farther out. This distance is about anywhere from 50 to 70 miles out from the shoreline, depending on where you are. There's a little jog that comes up and goes back to the northwest. You see it bending right here, northwest and out, and then back toward the east again. So we'll continue to watch it very closely to try to figure out what's going on. Good news is there's basically great model agreement in day 1 and day 2. They can splinter all they want to once this thing gets past Jacksonville. I don't care. What I care about is this zone from here to get us out of this thing safely. So for now, there's pretty good model agreement that it's not going to come off the rails and go to the far left side of the forecast cone. Timing of the wind is going to be a big deal during the overnight. This is midnight. Much of the big wind's going to be down here along the coast. Some of the tropical storm gusts could be getting into eastern Orange County. Do I expect it will be totally unsafe during the overnight? No, I really don't. But if you're in a squall line, if one of those feeder bands comes in and all of a sudden it becomes very squally weather, that's where the danger is going to be. Anytime a feeder band's coming around, you need to look at your little News 6 app on your phone. Where am I? Where's the band? Can I drive right now to get in? If it's late night, can I get home? Can I get to the neighbor's house? Otherwise, just stay bunkered in for the rest of this time. But if you're trying to do something, you have to do something. Just know that during the overnight is the most dangerous time till 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Tropical storm force winds begin to lift away from the market by 9 a.m. tomorrow. And away from the market, I mean most of the market. I don't mean you, Volusia County and Flagler. You guys have to deal with this thing till way into the day tomorrow. By 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, still nipping at the tropical storm force winds from northern Volusia and Flagler counties. And then, just like that, we're done. By Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, I think we're going to be able to call off the dogs and say we've made it through this thing. On radar tonight, it looks very impressive still. It's not the scary Category 5 storm that it was, but it's an impressive looking hurricane. The eye wall is a little jagged. The thing that's screwing up the look of it is that you saw how tightly compact that eye was yesterday. And so for now, it doesn't look as impressive. 100 miles away, still very dangerous. About 57 miles away from Fort Pierce, very dangerous. High wind, of course, being the issue. These squall lines coming through, putting down the high wind and the rain right now. You see the activity across the area. I want to get to the villages to show you the heavy rain coming down.